This is Sanja.
Yo, check it out. It's my girl Sanja.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, what up, Sanja?
Welcome to another episode of Random Ish with Sanja. How you doing? All right, so we got a little din-din cooking in the background. Hey. Man, you ever have those moments like where you're fine, going on along, and then all of a sudden you get slapped with that hunger stick? Yeah. And you're like, right now, yeah, feed me. Yeah, that's why the Snickers commercials are hilarious, even though I can't eat Snicker bars anymore. But that's a whole nother story. We'll talk about that another time. Things and the ways that your body changes over time, like what the F. Oh my God. Speaking of what the F, yeah, I have been inspired by some events that have transpired over the past few weeks. I feel like I just went into my spoken word. So check this out. I am dating, doing my thing, all right, trying to get certain people off of the brain. That's a whole nother subject that we'll talk about another time, when someone is just won't leave your mind. Like, what the F does that mean? Type stuff. But I'm out and about getting asked out, and I've been realizing that there is some kind of miscommunication that is happening between ladies and gentlemen. It seems to be that there might be a new meaning for the word date that I am apparently unaware of. Now, I would say that had it happened one time, that it would be, maybe something, and that I need to whatever, I could just shrug it off. But since it keeps happening several times, I'm kind of like, there must be something that I am not understanding here. There must be something that I need to, get a firm grip on. So here's the thing, right? I've been getting asked out on dates recently a lot by different types of guys because, again, like I told you, I'm out here and we're trying to, live our best life, right? Well, no, not trying to. We are. Hello, we're living our best life, all right? So here's the thing. What I find interesting about myself is that when there are guys that you already are kind of feeling, when they talk to you, it's it's easy peasy, it's whatever, you know what I mean? But when it's a situation that might be brand new, or a situation that might want to change or whatever, or even if it's just, there's not that instant kismet going on. And then the date is then asked for. Some of my suitors, shall we say, we don't make it quite because the conversation before, hey, you want to go out? You want to hang out? Yeah, sure. And then it slowly starts turning into, well, we could be doing more than that. And I'm just kind of like, huh. Now I know that I am the female who is independent and has said, you know what I mean? I kind of only think, it's not that I think all guys are for one thing. And I think that when people hear that, they get that misconstrued as into that means that anytime I see a guy, if you ask me out, that means all I want from me. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? It's, come on now, man. Come on now, man. It's not that easy, all right? It doesn't exactly work like that, and I'm not exactly that crude with it. But I realize that right now, when you are kind of agreeing to go out on a date, it seems to be way more than what I thought dates was about. See, because I thought dates was about getting to know somebody, hanging out, you know what I mean, for, XYZ said time period. And then when people feel so inclined of you know what, I just really got to give you some right now, then that's when it turns into a little bit more. But apparently that's not what's happening right now. So I decided to go and ask a couple of people because I noticed that there is a trend, because I remember when I was a teenager, okay, we went out on dates. When a guy would ask you out, you were going out to a date. There was no expectation. It was, people are happy if you get a good night kiss, and that was that, Then I remember when my early 20s and everything, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I started to develop the attitude that I currently have in my 30s and now 40s. I'm kind of now I'm kind of feeling like I'm changing a little bit. Maybe people are too, maybe all of us are starting to be like, we might want to settle down, So I decided that I was going to ask different age groups, some teenagers, and ask them what's going on with the dates, because I just want to know, are all guys, is this a new thing? Is this a trend? Is this what's happening? Because it wasn't always like this. And now I sound like an old person. It wasn't always like this, but listen, I'm down with the hookup. I'm down with all that. As a matter of fact, I used to be one of the girls who would say it would be better if brothers just would say, if that's all you want to do, than if you just say that. But I'm just saying, yes, that's still true, but you got to have some swag with it. I'm just saying, just coming out right with it is like, ew. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of those things. And fellas, often if it's going to go down like that, it ain't because you said so. It's because it's the moment, it's in the flow, you're feeling it, you just go with it. You know what I mean? All of this before conversation that's happening, where you're kind of like alluding and da-da-da-da-da, like that kind of like those wrenches, you know what I'm saying? Those wrenches. So listen, I'm going to ask some younger people and I'm going to ask some other people and hopefully I can find a guy and find out like what is going on. And what is effing dating? What's a date? What do you expect on a date? What is now an effing date in 2020?
Okay, so, I hope, guys, I hope you are not offended by the points that I have been making about this whole dating thing, I'm just saying it seems to be a little bit of confusion that is happening. And another thing that came to mind is that I began to realize that, maybe it's not so much that you guys don't know how to date. Maybe it's because you had to actually go on real dates when you were teenagers because you didn't have your own spot to, bring your girl over. And I'm going to find out from these young ladies, are they actually going out on dates? So I got a young lady right here with me. Hey there, how you doing?
Hi,
So what's your name?
Kylie.
Hey, Kylie. Okay, so I got a question for you, all right? Talking about dating, are you in a relationship? You said you're dating. Are you in a relationship or are you dating?
I'm in a relationship.
Were you guys actually going out on dates?
Yeah.
So there was a woo period, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so why is it, I'm sorry, but why is it that 16-year-old can get this, but 34-year-old man can't get this? I don't understand. I do not understand this right now. May I ask, how many dates did you guys, go out on before you were like, oh, I really kind of like him?
I still say 2, because he took me out on his birthday. He asked me out. I said, I don't know if I like this boy yet, but I said, I'll give him a try. He was really sweet. He goes to my school, and I was like, I'll give him a shot. So and then I was like, our second date, I met his mom, and I was like, I like this boy. I don't know, I just like him. And he said, would you want to be my girlfriend? I was like, all right. I said, all right, I don't care. Might as well. Now we're a year, 8 months right now.
Oh my goodness. See, I like that. It was a young man who knew what he wanted. He was like, I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you and I like you and now I'm going to make you my girl. Okay, so I just would like to reassess right here. So basically, y'all went out on some dates. You actually went somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then on the second date after that, he was like, I kind of like you. And then he said, I want you to be my girl. So he actually asked the question.
Yes, he did.
Thanks, Kylie. Hey there. Okay, so, in the streets, getting some people's opinion about dating. What is dating? What qualifies as a date now? Are we even doing that anymore? Or is just pretty much everything Netflix and chill? I've got 2 college chicas with me right now. And, hey, ladies, you want to say hi?
Hi.
All right, so, I'm talking about dating and everything. I'm kind of getting out there and I'm, doing my thing. And so before I tell you the experiences that I'm having, may I just ask you, what is a date? What do you guys consider a date?
What is a date? Good question. I feel like it depends on where you are in life. Because we're freshmen in college. So for me, a date, quote unquote, would be just getting a meal together, at the dining hall or something.
Right.
And then maybe going out for coffee. I feel like if you study together, that's kind of major.
Yeah.
But then I imagine if you're kind of grown and you have a job or something, then your date would definitely be coffee or lunch or something.
Yeah, maybe I'm about to expose myself, but I've never been on a date.
I haven't either.
Oh my goodness!
So I really don't have any concrete examples of what I would consider a date I've been on, but there's this idealized version in my head where we have a really great conversation over dinner or whatever, and we just vibe well.
But I know
it's the goal.
I know a lot of people our age who haven't been on dates, and it doesn't mean that they haven't ever had anything with a guy. It's just
that's what I was just gonna ask you. So does that mean that you guys whether it's guys or girls, whatever? Because hey, everybody do your own thing.
Of course.
You know what I mean? But so have you had interactions with people and it's just that's the culture now that is just, it's all about the Netflix and chill, the DTF, and there's like no such thing as dating anymore?
Yeah.
I think there's a such thing as dating. It's just a lot more rare than
Yeah,
Oh my
dating is
God.
such casual.
it's more of like a hookup culture that
I mean, you
pervades a lot of college campuses.
You just have like a thing with like a guy or a girl or whatever.
Now, see, I'm kind of used to that. So I've always been like the independent female.
Yeah.
I'm more like, we go out on dates and I kind of have, categorized guys a little bit to like, we just hook up and that's about it because I have like certain beliefs about men,
Yeah.
not that I'm like a bitter chick or anything like that. It's just that I kind of feel like a guy has to be in a certain headspace before you could even take him seriously. Otherwise, you know what I mean? You're just like, you're setting yourself up for heartache. But now that I actually am, like, I'm trying to take guys more seriously, and it's like these guys keep proving to me, no, bitch.
Yeah. No, 100%. Like,
You had it right the first time.
I used to think that like you could somehow like fix a guy, or like kind of that mentality. Like if I spend enough time with him, like then he'll want to date me. But no, that is not the case. It just depends on the mental headspace that they're in, like the other person.
But also, like, it can be fun and liberating just to have things.
Yeah.
Like, you totally have the right to do that, but it's like, I think it can be really frustrating when that's not what you're looking for, and then it's just like this one person who just wants to hook up, and this other person who just wants to hook up, and it just becomes like a...
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the hooking up.
Yeah.
But you know what? Something that I'm beginning to think as well is that maybe the word date or going out on dates, maybe it's now, instead of where it used to be that you would go out on these dates to get to know each other and to see if you guys like each other, maybe now dating is reserved for when you're already in a relationship. You know what I mean? When you're already kind of like messing. I feel like guys are becoming to be like, I don't want to spend no money on a chick. I really think that this is what it's about. That they're like, I don't want to spend money on a chick who's not gonna like just be with me. That's just what I think what's going on, and that's why they want to Netflix and chill ya and hang out with you like several times and then go out and spend that. And honestly, whether you're in college or whether you're 40-something, 60-something, 80-something, apparently nothing has changed. Guys just pretty much are looking for the hookup. Facts, right? I mean, it is what it is. So I guess it's time for us to start turning things on our head. And basically, I think I might have had it right the first time, huh? Right? Just keep hooking up and just having fun, gather the information. And if you find something that's fun and you want to hang around a little bit longer than a couple of weeks, then we go with it, right?
Yeah, those are the people I know that are dating right now officially just started like hooking up and talking. And then they're like, oh, I like you. And so then... I guess that's how you do it.
I guess that's how you do it now, right? There's no more buying the cow without getting a sample.
Yeah, honestly.
It's a Costco, right?
Oh my God. Well, thanks, ladies, for your opinion. I so appreciate it. So I guess we're just going to have to get out there and Netflix and chill. Okay, guys. All right. So, I've been asking people about effing dating, okay? And I am super excited because now we've got a male point of view, and this guy right here, ladies, I am so excited because this is a grown-ass man. So, ladies, there's still hope for us out there that not all guys are just effing dating. Love it. And how long have you and your girl been together?
Since November, so almost 5 months.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is so perfect. It's a brand new relationship, and I have this feeling like you're totally in love and you're totally feeling it, right?
Yes, I do love her, yes.
Oh my God, that's so cute. Okay, so now I've got to ask you a couple of questions because I feel like, dating nowadays has changed so much. How long did you guys go on dates before you guys actually got into a relationship?
We went on dates for about 2 months.
Okay, and so did you actually go out places? How did you end up meeting?
I wined and dined her, the correct term.
That's what, fellas, the woo period. That's what we talk about.
$160 dinners.
Nice. Okay,
Yes.
so how did you guys meet?
On Facebook.
So you guys met on, hold up. So the DMs are real.
Yes, the DMs are real.
It's going down in the DM. Yes. Okay, I really like that. I like that. So she came across your Facebook page.
And she messaged me. She didn't know it was me, and I messaged her back. Even funnier in person, and then it went from there.
And see, that's beautiful. And then you guys actually went out on a date, and you went out on this date with this girl.
Yes.
When you hear the word date, doesn't that kind of to you mean like you were talking on the phone for like 2 months, you said,
Yes.
and then you guys actually went out? Did you go on the date because you wanted to see what your chemistry was with her in person, or is it that because you were expecting a hookup already?
I wanted to see the chemistry.
Isn't that so dope? So you went in totally open-minded.
Yes.
Once again, grown-ass man, right? And have you been in other relationships? Like, it's not like you're a first-timer. You're not 20, right?
No, this isn't my first time around. I'm 35, and she's actually 43. Yes.
Oh, my goodness. So you're totally taking care of her. You totally fell in love, and you actually did the dating and the woo thing. So
Yes.
it is still out there. So what do you say to girls who are only getting the guys who want to Netflix and chill?
I say to them, don't settle for less. Like, you're worth more than that, you know? Like, you have high expectations. Why not? It's your life.
I know
You're
that's
gonna
right.
be with this person. You got to set the bar high. Like, you can't settle for less, because you're gonna settle, and you're gonna be unhappy.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so we just heard it from the horse's mouth. Ladies, get out there, have fun, continue to date, and don't worry about it. We ain't settling for less. Thank you.
So I really love that the universe brought me in front of a 35-year-old man who is just recently fallen in love and actually did the woo period where he went out on dates and took the time to get to know the woman that he is now dating. Now, he did give me a lot of other information that they did talk on the phone for about the 2 months, texting and all of that good stuff before they actually went out on their date. So I feel like he set the motion kind of still in agreement with what I was saying earlier, that he took the time to get to know her before he actually spent some cheddar on her, and that he was not expecting anything, but however, they did hook up and have been together ever since. So I think that that's just a really cute story. But I will say this too, for the girls who are out there dating in your 20s, it does seem to be that there's this time period in life, and you know, most of us, we do all know this, but I think sometimes you fall in love and you hope that the situation is going to not be like the statistics, that maybe you'll be the exception to the rule. But it does seem to be that, you know, there is a time period where both of us, guys and girls, have to like get it together and get yourself into a good mental health space before you really get yourself into a committed relationship where you're going to like be together, start a family, and do all of that good stuff. However, we know that life does not always happen perfectly the way that we would like for it to. One night stands turn into families. One night stands turn into 50-year relationships. One night stands are just one night stands. There's all different types of ways to go about it. There's no like right or wrong. However, I will say this. I think that for myself, in my mind, I'm going to stop thinking that a date is where you're getting to know somebody and just kind of go with the flow, but definitely make it clear. And just for you fellas who are trying to date a sister, stop trying to preempt the strike on being like, well, we could hook up. Just because you've heard my podcast or just because I've told you in person that I kind of just be hooking up does not mean that that's what I'm trying to do with you, because even those guys, they had no idea. You know what I mean? Kind of like the gentleman was just saying he didn't know that his girl was like ready for him. You know, that night she just was. So that's something that I have heard from other men before. So I'm just going to remind you, we already know whether we are or whether we aren't going to do anything with you. And now I will say this, just because we have an inkling, sometimes personality, situations, lighting, tequila can all help a situation go a different way than we thought that it was going to. But nonetheless, let's leave it all up for in the moment decisions and stop trying to figure out if you're going to get some before your first damn date.
This is Sanja.
Yo, check it out. It's my girl Sanja.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, what up, Sanja?